What's up, y'all? Just want to come to you on some real shit today. Yeah. So, I was talking to a friend of mine, and she and I was talking about, how we both are Afrocentric, individuals. And we have these strong beliefs of us having our equality as well, where we are LGBT, people. In our situation, we lesbians. Now, a lot of our people that are teaching to liberate our race on a global scale, or whether it's locally or globally, for whatever, who's contributing to that community, they're so against, the LGBT lifestyle, and saying our chakras isn't incorrectly aligned, and if we are thoughts, where there's no space or no time, well, in space, but there's no time, and we are creating our reality here in this 3D peridium to experience the human life, the stuff that the human experiences. So who are these people to tell us who is right or wrong for us to love? Like, some of us been this way since we were really young. Now, I'm not saying that everybody's born gay, or everybody isn't, or everyone that goes to being with a woman or a dude, or they was formed by a male or a female. I'm just saying, speaking from my own personal experiences, I've been like this since I was like really young. Okay, I did date dudes at some point, but then I went away from that because I realized it wasn't for me. I didn't get the same type of sensation of being with a man. I didn't get the same intimacy. I didn't get the same type of bliss that I would with a woman, and you can't even relate to these type of events because you don't even know it. You on the outside looking in. So in a way, it's cognitive dissonance when we hear the bashing and, oh, that's not right, and man and woman are supposed to be together for procreation, and the traditional African, family. I'm not knocking, those belief systems as far as the traditional African. I'm African, okay? And I take pride in my heritage. I take pride in who I am. But don't discredit me because your own belief system and your own individual lifestyle, And in the past few years, yes, it's been a big trend now, where females all of a sudden, but there's a lot of us that have been this way, okay? We've been this way for a very, very long time. And, for the most part, me and my friend was talking about, like, we need these topics to take place in the LGBT community because a lot of us is not talking about it. A lot of us is not addressing these issues, and this is stuff we need to talk about as a whole, like, together. And I study, I follow a good amount of comedic science master teachers and metaphysics scientists and stuff like that. And I study and read a lot, and I've always asked a lot of questions. I observe and I analyze every single thing. I did not come into this life to follow nobody. I came here to master myself and enjoy my own human experiences, my own freedoms. Can't nobody tell me who I could love. Can't nobody tell me who could love me. Can't nobody take away why I came here, my purpose. You can't blame everything on white supremacy. That shit is gonna work if you allow it to. If you allow that shit to take over your subconscious, and this is what you believe that is gonna affect every aspect of your life, then it will. I don't manifest that shit. I'm not in that frequency to feel like white supremacy is gonna affect all my way of living. No, it won't, because I won't allow it to. And I haven't allowed it to. Me being with another woman, that's my prerogative. I'm entitled to that happiness. I can't experience these type of things with a male. I don't feel comfortable being with a male sexually. I'm sorry. I enjoyed having, the ability to reproduce with a man. It wasn't the right man for me, and several of them wasn't. So, okay. But I'm not saying every woman is right for me either. Like, I found love with a woman, and she treats me right. She loves me for who I am. I don't have to deal with the same type of, extremes that I do with males. And it's like, why do we bash and degrade one another talking about we're going to unify our race as a whole on a global scale, when we can't even get that shit together with our belief systems and egos. It's like, all bullshit aside, if our people is being attacked spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, socially, in every other fucking way, then why aren't we unifying? Why do you care about if this woman is married to a woman and have kids when it's not your life? That's not your woman to even give a damn about. Civilization started with women. A woman brought man into this world to protect her. That didn't mean that you could rape, manipulate, and brainwash her, and then, you know, take away her self-dignity because she decides to have a different alternative lifestyle. If you say that the black woman is God, then why are you concerned about what God wants to date? Who God wants to date, I should say. But nobody wants to say those type of things. And my thing is, I don't talk about anybody's shit. I don't talk about anybody and insult nobody's prerogative unless it's just straight up evil ass wicked shit. And yeah, I'm gonna say something about your ass because you ain't right. You evil as fuck, and most likely you got demonic spirits taking over you. But for the most part, for everybody else, I don't fuck with they shit, you know. But when it comes to being respected as a human, we don't get that. We don't, in the LGBT community, we get looked down upon, frowned upon, dehumanized, degraded. Like, our opinions don't matter. Who do we talk to, you know, when we have answers or questions and answers that we're looking for? And so-called black leaders, they either fucked up, you know, they didn't took the money, you know, so they sold to the devil, they done already been fucked up and shit, or they either pro-black and against, you know, LGBT, all that, as a community as a whole. So that just means that there's time that a lot of us that are LGBT need to unify within ourselves, because we still are Afrocentric. You know, we might not be your traditional version, but we are still based with our roots, and we are still, me, I'm guided by my ancestors. My ancestors talk to me. I've been protected by my ancestors for a very long time. Everything I've done as far as productive in my life has been my ancestors guiding me step by step. And there's nothing that can deny that. No human being walking this earth can deny your personal experience or your personal, you know, extension that you've experienced individually. So they can't deny that. They can talk about what you might be or look like or act like to them or all of that shit, or decipher what you say. But as far as my own individual experience, that shit cannot be denied, and I'm not letting nobody take me from that. You know, that's my grounding piece, and I'm grateful because I did walk away from religions a few years back, and that was the best thing, the best decision I ever made, because the first time I heard my ancestors speak to me was after I done threw that Bible in the garbage. I didn't shed all those belief systems that was poured into our subconscious, you know, growing up, going to church, and all the bullshit that we had to detox from. And unluckily, I was able to be one of the people to get away from that shit, because it's not nothing but a fucking negative ass cult system that's been fucked up and plaguing this fucking planet since it even came into like an actuality and shit, forced upon everybody else's reality. So I would just say this: do your research, read, question everything. Shit, hell, question me. Shit, you need to question every fucking thing. I'm an observer. I analyze shit for a living. Shit, okay? You might want to call me an internist, because I don't believe shit that I see. I don't believe everything I read. I still take it in and I read it. I observe, but I don't absorb it all, because you never know what people's agendas and motives are behind the shit that they saying and doing. Like, that's why I'm speaking for myself right now. But it's been something that I've been thinking about, talking about for a while now, because it's been a long time that nobody's really addressing this, and not in the LGBT community. And at some point we do need to talk about these things, because a lot of us that are Afrocentric, a lot of us are into, you know, liberating our people, and you know, with us dealing with the division that's already in house, It's kind of like, how are we going to unify? How are we going to come together as one strong as force of people? Like, if we just took back our power and unified, regardless of what, belief system you want to say this person had or that person had, all that shit, regardless, we all have different lifestyles. It's always going to be like that. We all, like, are different individual souls experiencing humanity in a different way. So until we all come together and unify and set aside these egotistical or accusations and mindsets, perspectives and viewpoints and opinions, then we will always have these same problems occurring over and over again. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I will make more if you just request them, and maybe I might just make more just because I got a lot of shit to say and vent.